So Sonic the Hedgehog, let's talk about some things. Hello everyone, it is I, Steven Nux, bringing you another video. Today I just want to go over a couple of announcements I missed regarding Sonic and Sonic Boom. I kinda strayed away from Sonic in the past few videos because, you know, that Dream Sonic video I did took a lot of Sonic nerding out to do, because that video took a lot of effort and a lot of Sonic motivation to go through. I put so much focus into that, so I decided that it was kinda necessary to do the Olympic game video, and it wasn't all entirely Sonic, and I had my friends along, so I wanted a small little break from Sonic because that's all I was uploading for months, and yeah, now we're back here. So the big thing I'm sure a lot of you want me to talk about, a lot of people were requesting this when it got announced, and I put it on hold on purpose. Fire and Ice. It is a sequel to Shattered Crystal, the supposed better of the two Boom games that released last year. I don't know much about Shattered Crystal, I didn't really complete it. I played the demo, and I played a bit of the full game. That wasn't my copy. It wasn't terrible, but it had its flaws that I didn't like about it, sort of like my problems with Sonic Unleashed. You had to collect things in order to continue. Thought that was pretty stupid. That, along with some things just being super repetitive and things getting really boring. From my small experience with Shattered Crystal, I didn't think it was best game ever, I didn't think it was worst game ever. But the big debate about it is, people were really not expecting Sonic Boom to get any kind of sequel this year, let alone ever, because of how bad the past games sold. They had this negative energy around them to where anytime you hear Sonic Boom, whether it has some positives in it, you know, with the comics and the TV show, it's always gonna have this negative connotation around it, strictly because of Rise of Lyric and maybe Shattered Crystal. If you guys know me, I never go mainstream and I form my own opinions, and I try to stay logical with things. Is a Sonic Boom sequel the worst thing ever? No, not at all. And here's why. If you just come to your senses for 5 minutes. It won't hurt, just 5 minutes. And I'm talking to the people that are just thinking that this is the worst thing ever. If you just remind yourself that Sonic Boom is a TV franchise, then you'll be all set. I'm going to be first to say that I didn't expect this sequel right away. I didn't expect it at all this year. As you remember, all I predicted was the Olympic Games. But even though I didn't see this game coming at all this year, it kinda makes sense. The TV show has been out now. It's like an established television show that's been on Cartoon Network for months now. The ratings are actually pretty good, whether you like it or not. Shattered Crystal getting a sequel isn't the worst thing ever because it's just another TV show getting another game. I can recall way back in the GBA days, shows like Kim Possible. Awesome show, and it got 3 games on Game Boy Advance. I know this because I definitely owned one of the games. So why is it okay for that TV show to have 3 portable games? That those games sell super amazing? I seriously doubt it. It's just another TV show getting more games. On 3DS at that, it's not even that bad. The only thing bad about it is Sonic's rep, because no matter who you talk to, Sonic is always going to have this negative energy around him because of Boom, because of 06. Fire and Ice is only getting hate because of the reception around Boom as a whole. It's not even whether the game is good or not. People don't care about that. A negative headline will always be more appealing, and that's fact. That applies to any video game, any celebrity, any scandal, anything. People don't care about how good the game is actually going to be, which I think it looks pretty okay. It looks average at best. But am I getting mad over a 3DS game that's based on a children's television show? I seriously can't get mad over that. It's just super silly. I don't understand why people are getting super upset over this. It's not going to affect the 25th anniversary. Sonic Boom isn't taking over anything. They're focusing on Sonic Boom because it's actually doing well as a franchise. When you look at what bombed with Boom, yeah, the video games, the ones based off of the television show. It's become clear that Boom is a television show. It's not the revival of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's why it doesn't offend me too much, because all you have to do is use sense. It's not even me trying to be super optimistic with things, because I understand where Sonic is, and I think everyone should. It's just a silly complaint, you know? When I look at Sonic Boom, I'm like, yeah, it can have a sequel, no one's going to care, but if you like the show, then have fun with it. It's not meant for people who loved SA2, it's not meant for people who grew up with the Genesis games or loved Sonic Colors. No, I want people to realize that's not what Boom is all about. And I know it may be hard to, because Sonic is in the title, and when Boom failed, I was first to admit that yeah, they advertised this this as a Sonic the Hedgehog game. But when things unfolded, I realized, yeah, I know what this is all about, so I don't care anymore. If you want to look at it as another Sonic game, go ahead. I'm not going to, because I just find it plain silly. And to add on to Sonic Boom hype, we also get a Sonic Dash 2, which focuses on the Sonic Boom universe. And it's currently only for Android, which is really weird because most people I know that play apps, they get an iPhone. You know, it's the app phone, so I don't know. It looks kind of mixed. It looks bad in some areas. Styx is playable. That's going to be awesome. I actually really like Styx, so I can now use her in Sonic Dash, and I can apparently use her in the new Mario and Sonic game, so that's other news. Sonic Runners also released worldwide, so I guess I can give my brief opinions on that. The game itself, okay, like, my first impressions were, this game gives me such the biggest headache I could ever imagine. I swear, when I first played this, I've adjusted now, like I'm used to it now, but good god. When it moves so fast, my eyes get so distorted, and I just get the biggest headache, like I just can't. There's so much going on with the background, and like, you can barely see things that are moving so fast, at least that's my experience. And good god, I could not play that game for more than 10 minutes, like when I first played it. Like my first 3 runs with Sonic Runners, absolutely terrible. And then I just kinda adjusted. I started playing more because I wanted more rings, and yada yada yada. It's an okay game, it gets boring after a while, you can only play for a certain amount of turns, and the process of unlocking characters is the worst idea ever. Okay, I do see some positives in it, because you want to make people play the game more, you want to make people get the rare characters and cherish what they did to get to it, and I'm the only one that has Rouge or Omega or Classic Sonic. But at the same time, it's so money hungry. Like, you're definitely not going to get enough red rings that you want playing the game normally, so you're going to end up buying the rings with real money, because the way you have to get the characters is like, it's so like luck based. You have to keep spinning this stupid wheel, and you're not going to get the character like 9 times out of 10. You have like a 3 or 6% chance of getting the character you want, and that's ridiculously stupid. Rouge is out right now, and I'm going to try to get her because, you know, Rouge, she's awesome, but I don't know, man. Like, Runners is so stupid with that. There's a story mode if you care, and you know, it's good. I will admit this, it's not anything special. Like, the main story is kind of stupid because, like, the animals are like a main part of the story and no one cares about the animals. I don't think anyone, even classic fans, no one gives a crap about the Flicky, you know, you just rescue them. So I don't know what that's all about, but it's cool seeing them talk to each other. It's cool to see Knuckles actually have dialogue for once, and the birthday event was actually pretty cool because you have characters like Blaze and Silver talking to each other, you have Knuckles and Rouge talking to each other, and that's always good to see. It's always good to see that they still have communications with each other. It's not like they just disappeared over the past few games. It almost gave me that Generations feel with the whole birthday party thing, so that was fun. If you missed out, then you missed out on, I believe, the best part of Sonic Runners. But yeah, decent game overall. I still prefer Dash because it's so easy to pick up and play. I like holding my phone vertical, first of all, and that it's just really easy to pick up. There's no, like, it doesn't give me headaches. I don't have to worry about how stupid it is to unlock characters. And yeah, I just enjoy Dash a lot more because it feels more like a cell phone type thing. It's so easy to pick up. Whereas Runners, I have to like prepare for it. I have to hold my phone sideways. It feels more like a handheld game. I don't know. It's just not for me, I guess. I'll play it every once in a while to unlock characters, but that's about it. There were a few more, you know, worthy things to talk about. One being the 25th anniversary logo. That's pretty awesome. I mean, it's nothing we haven't known before. We know there's going to be an anniversary. There's always a logo. So it's nothing huge. It's cool to look at though. I like the way it looks. It's not too over the top. It knows it's 25th, so it's not going to be gold or anything. So I like it. It's silver. It works. And an announcement from Sega. You know, I think the president of Sega came out and said, "We have lost the trust in our fan base. We have abandoned what you all liked," or something. It was on the lines of that. That's crazy. I mean, it's nothing huge. That doesn't mean anything is going to change. Actions are definitely louder than words, but it's crazy to hear like Sega come out and say that. Like, I don't know, it gives you hope, you know? They've never really came out and said, "We screwed up, we're going to make something better." Like, with Sonic, we usually just get the game, and then we move on from there and get the next game. In this case, they're actually coming out and saying, "We screwed up, and we hope to gain trust." Very interested in what they do with this. I think it's going to be a very soon announcement at TGS, so that's going to be interesting. Notice Sonic is nowhere in the article. I don't think he ever said Sonic the Hedgehog. It could be Knights, it could be a partnership deal, it could be something Japanese, I don't know. Like, Sega's been pushing this anniversary celebration thing recently, so I'm very curious. case. You know, I'm looking forward to whatever it is. Whether it's Sonic, another franchise, or a brand new home console or something. I definitely don't see that ever happening, especially with the recent relocation of Sega. I don't see why they do that, but people I guess have a right to want that. This statement can apply to anything, but I hope the announcement turns out to be for another franchise or like a new franchise or something. Because we know we're getting a Sonic anniversary next year. We don't have to know about that now. In fact, I think it's been speculated that we're getting info on that like early next year, so I don't want it to be Sonic because we know we're getting Sonic. I'd rather it be another franchise, so you know, we get both. My second favorite Sega franchise, you know, Knights, I'm really hoping for that to come back, or something like Rystar, or something like, I don't know, Monkey Ball. I love those games, and who wouldn't be hyped to see those things? Sonic can wait because we know that he's getting a game, definitely. He always does. And that about wraps it up. Those are my thoughts on the recent Sonic updates, news, whatever you want to call it. Overall, Sonic is pretty much exactly where he used to be. I'm not sure where this Sonic is dead or hype is coming from. It's the exact same situation he was in after the Boom games released. It's just more people trying to sound cool by hating on Sonic. It's the usual at this point. Sonic is definitely not in the best position. Again, I think we're in some kind of dark age. I'm sure you all know that. I still don't think Sonic is dead as a franchise. I think that's ridiculous, but people love to exaggerate, and I understand it because, you know, it's fun. It's fun to exaggerate, especially when you have other people doing it. You don't feel so radically different. Me, on the other hand, of course, I just approach this whole thing logically. I think the franchise is just a franchise at that. Sonic is its own thing, Boom is its own thing. It's all about reputation. If you care about reputation, yeah, I agree, Sonic doesn't really appeal to that many people, I think. But the franchise is definitely still going, and we can only expect something next year. Whether it's more info or a trailer on the movie, or the 25th anniversary. But that's just what I think. My name is Steven Nux, and I will definitely talk to you all later on a different day, at a different time, in a different world. Too much? Too much.